Well, Kidstuff, for anybody that doesn't know who we are, we're an iconic Sydney toy store. We started nearly 50 years ago in the leafy streets of Wallara. We had one single store, but our probably growth journey probably started 3 years ago. We now have nearly 60 stores, and 40 of those stores came on board in the last 3 years. Probably really important to know during those time, and I know a lot of people here are probably online only, but for a bricks and mortar business, 3 years ago we had a lot of business closing their door. We had Pumpkin Patch, we had ABC stores, we had lots of businesses, Dick Smith. So to put down a platform of growth to actually open retail stores was quite a challenging proposition. When we made that decision to really push the growth, we leveraged a lot of data to make those decisions. So we got a lot of information from our banking partners, obviously a lot of information from our website and who was buying from us, as well as a lot of data that comes through from other channels. So when we made those decisions, we picked locations that suited our demographics, suited our market, and probably had a ready base for customers to come and shop with us. Kidstuff as a business, our primary focus is traditional quality toys, a lot different than what you'll find in big box retailers, a lot different what you'll find in a Toys R Us. We have staff that we're trained, they know their product, with beautiful customer service, and we do really great gift wrapping. So we think we had a really nice little offer to our customers that was different than out in the marketplace, and we thought we could leverage that and really push some scale. To achieve that, I think we really needed to focus on what really made us good as retailers, and I think while a lot of people in the online space, retailers retail, the real key things that drive retail is acquiring and retaining customers, brand value and relevance, and managing assortment and inventory, managing cost, that cost of doing business, and also as you move up is leveraging that scale and leveraging efficiencies from that scale. In terms of acquiring customers, it's not easy, and keeping those customers is a lot harder as well. We can spend all this money on marketing, we get all these customers with us, they shop with us once, and then they go away and find somebody else to shop with. So in the children's space, it's very challenging because what the customer bought 12 months ago is not what they're going to buy this time. So we actually have to be relevant, identify who our customer is, and more importantly, identify who the customer's children are and what age they're at, what they're looking to buy. So if they're buying teething toys last year, this year they're after walkers, they're after different toys. So we have to actually follow that journey with each and every customer, and when we're talking to them Christmas this year versus last year, we actually have to change what we sell to them and make some informed decisions on what that customer wants. And being part of selling toys, but also selling toys to parents, is really educating those parents on what the advantage of buying our toys versus buying a Barbie or a Fisher-Price or many of those other brands in the marketplace, is really getting the customer understand the key learning benefits, the key play values, and what it'll actually do to help their child as they grow. A big part of our marketing strategy as we moved from street stores in Mossman and Wallara into shopping centres in Campbelltown and Toowoomba and all these other different places is that we realised we had to change what we look like. If you look at the left, that's probably where we were 3 years ago. From a street store perspective, that's our store in Balmain. It was a fun, bright, colourful kind of work there, but you can also see that our store and our website, there was significant disconnect. Even the branding was completely different. There were two things there. So as we moved along the journey, we realised that we had to rebrand what our stores look like, that we had to stand out in shopping centres where the customer has hundreds of stores to choose from, and that our website had to look and feel like our store did. We had to offer great customer service on the website, the ability to talk to a toy expert if you need to on site, albeit by keyboard rather than voice. But we knew that everywhere we went along, our brand had to stay the same. So it's really important as you start to build is to really understand who your brand is, what your position in the market is, and what's unique to your brand, and make sure it's still there, because in 6 months' time, and a lot of other competitors come around, is understand, is my brand still relevant? Am I still offering something unique in the marketplace? Because people will copy you. If you're doing something well, they will copy you. So you have to be that next step along. There's always good to look left and back and all the rest of it, but stay focused on your brand and moving your brand forward. Probably the other real key thing in retail is as you get bigger and bigger and bigger, we grew from a $10 million retailer to, $80, $90 million retailer is inventory. Inventory can be great, but inventory can be that burden. So it's really, really important to have a focus on getting inventory and getting your assortments right. Don't think by adding another 1,000 products to your mix you're going to grow your sales. Often than not, the simpler your offer is, the more likely you are going to convert. I would really recommend to any business, as you grow, get yourself a BI tool. There's wonderful tools that do sales, there's wonderful tools that do inventory. Get a BI tool and bring it all together. Sales, stock, finance, invoices, all those things, so that at a quick level, you can look at your business and see where you are. What liabilities have I got coming? What does my cash flow look like? What are my out of stocks? All in the same thing, and use that to predict where your business is going to be. So, okay, I'm going to add 10 stores. What does that look like from an inventory perspective? I can go to the bank and say, this is what I need, this is where I'm going to be, but bring it all into one thing. If you spend 10 hours a day building reports to bring it all together, go and get a BI tool. It is wonderful. So we've been on a BI tool for about 9 months, and everybody in the business, from the owner of the business through our managing director, our accountant, all those people don't look at anything else. They look straight every morning, they look at the BI tool, and they have a clear understanding of where they are. The other thing that comes around with that is have clear KPIs, not just sales. I'm not going to grow my business by 20%. If you grow your business by 20% and you lose 40% of profit along the way, it's not worth it. You'll start to talk through terms like GMROI, stock turns, all these things that are kind of boring, but they will drive your business growth. Because as you grow, you need to leverage that scale to make more money. Earlier on, you've got to invest. But when you get to that size, use that size to grow profit, and then look at every sale you grow, am I making money growing? Look at the opportunities within your business to add different levels. If you need to bring in design in-house to save some cost, bring design in-house. If you're not sure, get a temp in for 6 months. But you'll find some things in your business you can bring in-house and do yourself and save a lot of cost. We brought design in internally, put a designer on because we're outsourcing, spending $300,000-$400,000 a year. We put a designer on at $70,000, and now we outsource $10,000-$20,000 worth of work. And you know what? If I need something tomorrow, I can get something tomorrow rather than, paying premium rates for something. There will always be little parts of your business that you've been outsourcing, and then you look at the dollars you spend there, have a look, can I bring somebody in that can do that better, do it quicker, and do it cheaper? They're the real opportunities to look at those cost savings in your business. Warehousing, supply chain, even marketing costs. As you grow, don't just sit there and think, this is my partner, I've always done business with them. Always stop and think, is there some way to do it better? Have I got a partner out there that I can do it cheaper? Can I go and talk to my current partner and say, we used to do 10 grand, now we do 300,000. What are the price differences? It's the boring stuff, but they're the 1%ers. A little example, we always got our business cards printed at a lovely little place down the road. Just to cost us $150 to get 500 business cards. We now pay $15 for 500 business cards. It doesn't sound like much, but yeah, you get 5 or 6 of those 1%ers, and suddenly that's more money in your back pocket. Look for those little opportunities. I think with all this in mind and all those little ones, I think the big play for us was really looking at what technology we can leverage. We started off with 4, 5, 6, 7, and we suddenly grew all these stores. When I first came on board 3 years ago, we had finance working in MyOb, we had a separate payroll system, we had a POS that didn't talk to anything else, we had our buying team and merchandise team actually doing orders in Excel. We're talking 3 people, 10 to 15 days a month, just placing orders. So we took the initiative and we put in a brand new ERP system that covered all of those things. It was a tough journey. Taking the business from that to a full ERP was a challenge, both in change management and also technology growth for the business. But there's one truth, that instead of entering the data in 3 or 4 different times, you enter in once and it flows through. The difference those things make is is paramount to the business. Just increase efficiency. So just because somebody likes to do it this way in that system and that does that system, look at ways to bring it in. Involve people on the journey, because change is hard, but it makes a lot of sense to change sometimes the way you do it and look at where you can grow those efficiencies. Obviously then adding a BI tool on top of that meant reporting was easy. That a report in finance was exactly the same as a report from our POS, which was exactly the same as a report from our merchandise team. That they're all sitting around a meeting talking about the same numbers. Some of you probably doesn't make any sense, but in a large organisation where you have an argument for 2 hours about which data's right, it's nuts. Somebody starts making stuff up, you go, hang on a second, and you throw the BI on the projector. The truth's there in front of them. This is what the data says. So leverage the strength of the data you have. From a website point of view, Kidstuff was blowing sales. We're doing phenomenal sales. The problem was we were losing money, and I mean lots of money. In 1 year, we dropped $500,000 on our website in profit. We sell big boxes of toys, but we wanted to chase sales. It was free shipping, so it was costing $80 to ship a $20 toy to Perth. Nuts. So, we decided at one stage to say, look, this is just silly. We've got to bring this scale back. We also had a website that was built quite early and became quite hard to use. Every other day it would crash. So my life was around raising tickets to repair things. It wasn't a fun job. So we sat down and we looked at it and said, we'll either go one way, just take the whole e-commerce out and just focus on stores, or do something radically different. So we sat down with our partners at Big Commerce and I said, how can we do this easy? I don't want to raise another ticket in my life. I'm a merchant, I'm a marketer, I don't want to do it. I just don't want to have all that hassle. So we moved to a SaaS platform. Brilliantly, it integrates with our ERP. They talk seamlessly together. And even more importantly, it took 12 weeks from start to finish to deliver this new website you can see on the right there, and it just works. We're 45% up since we went live in June. We did an event in September, and I remember the last September we did the same event, and we're sitting there saying, please don't break, please don't break. And I remember halfway through we're doing 400 sales a minute, and I jumped on and placed a sale myself, thinking it was going to go slow. I was going to go slow. End to end, I'd done my shopping. I was out in 30 seconds. I thought, well, hang on a second, this is good. We can get back to being what we're good at. I'm a great retailer. I don't like that IT background. I manage IT, but I don't do IT. The other thing is just finding those things that plug in. We plug in Westfield, so we've got a Westfield's e-commerce field that I do nothing with. It just does its own thing and gives me revenue. I plug in eBay, I don't do anything, it just gives me revenue. Shipping, our good friends at Ship It Here, we're now integrated. It does all that for me, tells my customers shipping numbers. All we have to do is beautifully gift wrap it, put in a box and ship it. So it makes a big difference to find the right tools and change. So it changed that business model that we're now sitting in meetings talking about how we can grow online. How can we make this bigger and bigger and bigger? And we sat down and planned a Christmas campaign, and traditionally we said, oh no, we better not do that online. We don't want all those sales, it's too hard. It's to say online, let's drive this business. So SaaS isn't for everyone, and I know there's some people here that need beautiful bespoke sites, but for those people that just want to be retailers and not worry about the fuss, certainly look at it as an option. It's certainly come a long way in the last 3 years. The other big thing that we're doing, and we're just starting on this journey, is automating. We're looking at all those tasks in our business that's just blind repetition. For example, we get 5,000 invoices a month in our business. And it goes to our person that has to reconcile that. Then it goes to our accountants and have to pay that 5,000 times a month. It goes through 2-3 people's hands. So we've now got some recognition software, we've got some automated workflow software, and the aim is 95% of those invoices won't see a human hand. It will get validated and paid, done, so that those people can do stuff that's exciting. I don't know about you, but I couldn't sit there all day and just rubber stamp invoices. So look at those opportunities. We've now taken that piece of software and said, okay, we put on 300 casuals at Christmas. How can we automate that? We're going to load them through all our roster systems, all those things. We're now going to automate all that process. We're going to automate as many things as we can so that staff that we have are doing exciting things. They're doing things that grow our business rather than maintain our business. And as we grow at 30, 40, 50 stores, we're not doubling headcount. We're using people efficiently. So if anything to take away from this is, be thoughtful, know your brand, know your customer, know that you don't need every customer. You just need the customers that suit your business. Be smart, really work hard, find that technology that suits your business, because there's lots of it out there and there's lots of puff and wind in this space. I'm sure you go to the retail things and they promise these magical, wonderful things. Say, where is it in use, who is doing it and who is doing it well, and if they can't give you somebody that's doing it, don't go there. Find the partners that can deliver, find the partners that pick up the phone and answer you when you ring them. The other one is just be brave. Like, for as much as we hear doom and gloom in retail, you go to page 3 and there's these stories of these retailers that are doing wonderfully. And obviously we've got a room full of entrepreneurs in here that are looking to build their business, and that's exciting to be part of a retail business where people are finding new ways to go to business. So good luck to you all. I won't go into too much detail on anything, but pick my brain later today, ask any question you have, and let's have a wine together. Thank you.